Welcome back. It's so good to be here with Olivia for another guided meditation with Amy Bammel Wilding's book, The Wild and Wise. This meditation is called the Taproot. We're going to read the beginning passage and then go into the guided meditation. So relax, drink some water, and let's journey into our reclamation yet again. In monotheistic, God-centric world, it can be next to impossible for women to develop a regular practice of connecting with the divine. Patriarchal religious dogma separates us as humans from Source and systematically shames and blames us as women for all that is evil in the world. We are told at every turn that we are not worthy. We are inherently less than. We are nothing more than the errant chattel for man's mission of domination and procreation. Denied the opportunity to see ourselves as the worthy and holy incarnations of the Beloved, our spirits often wither and atrophy from malnourishment. But with an intentional practice of personally identifying and connecting with Source, we can tap into the wild and wise sacred feminine power that is within each of us and offer ourselves much needed spiritual nourishment. And we begin the meditation. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine yourself in the womb, perfectly formed, perfectly nurtured, every physical need met. You are surrounded by the sacred feminine in both body and spirit. You are connected to the Great Mother, both literally and figuratively. You spend your entire life in the womb, complete and whole. Generations of ancient women's wisdom deeply embodied in your cells and psyche. As you grow in the womb of the Great Mother, your spirit grows too. First, a beautiful seed at your conception. Your spirit is now a strong sapling, shooting up into the world and rooting down through the sacred well of Gaia, the source of all spiritual replenishment. And then you are born. You don't know it yet, but instantly you are less than. You are the weaker sex, the first sin. It takes a few years, and during those years, your little spirit sapling is growing into a lovely young tree. But eventually, you start to notice. People tell you that you can't do something because you're a girl. You are taught to deny, repress, ignore your feelings, and to be good. You are taught to disregard your boundaries. You are taught to forgive your abusers. You are taught to deny your intuition. You are taught that the goddess is a mere myth, but that God is truth and God is a man. You are taught that man was created in God's image. You were taught that women were an afterthought, and that woman ruined everything. You are taught that your value is directly related to your ability to attract and please men. You are taught that enjoying and expressing your sexuality for yourself makes you a whore. You are taught that your monthly cycle is disgusting, dirty, inconvenient, shameful curse. You are taught that you can't trust your body. You are taught that wise woman traditions passed down for generations are evil and wrong. You are taught that your identity is based on your relationship to men and children. You are taught that you cannot possibly be trusted to give birth. You are taught that you are not enough and you never will be. You are taught on a deep and fundamental level you don't deserve love and respect and honor. You are taught on a deep fundamental level anything women does or creates does not deserve love, respect, and honor. And with each one of those teachings, a branch is snipped from your spirit tree, and your branches dwindle in number, your roots atrophy and lose their capacity to reach to the sacred well. Over time, you are nearly detached from your source, less and less able to connect to the nurturing that is your birthright. You experience this detachment as a vague sense of uncertainty, of having lost something, but not really being able to identify what it is that you have lost. But you catch clues every now and then. You have brief moments of transcendent joy. You have euphoric experiences that leave you feeling deeply nourished, deep down into your soul. These glimpses, these moments happen because despite the loss of so many, many limbs, one thing still remains, and that is your taproot. Born female, you have an unbreakable link to the sacred feminine source. Excuse me. Born female, you have an unbreakable link to the sacred feminine source. The taproot is the gentle voice reminding us to draw from the sacred well. Whether maiden, mother, or crone, the taproot is an integral part of your spiritual identity and well-being. Like a compass pointing to your true north, it helps you to reveal your way to experience deep nourishment and fulfillment. It provides the spark of inspiration that compels you to create, to express, to connect. Whatever your means of reaching deeply into the sacred well, you cannot fail to notice the feelings you get. You feel connected. You feel rightness. You feel like you can breathe. You can be yourself. Time seems to stand still. You feel light, unburdened, tapped in. Tapped in. And then you start to recognize that feeling when it happens. You start to realize that those moments don't just have to happen to you. You can seek them. You start to realize when I do blank, I feel this way. When I blank, I am one with Source. So when you do more of that thing, of those things, your spirit tree reacts in a magical way. It begins to grow branches again. Just a few at first, tentatively. But then, more and more, reaching up and gathering sunlight, sending nourishment down to your root system so that they can grow too. It becomes a positive feedback loop. As more roots reach to the sacred well and nourish the connection, more limbs and leaves can grow, which in turn allows for the roots to flourish. This healthy cycle of nourishment and inspiration is medicine, not only for your own soul, but for those around you and the world. As you heal yourself by reconnecting to the sacred well, you begin to grow not only branches and leaves, but seeds as well. These might be fruit or pine cones or nuts, depending on the kind of tree that you are. These seeds are the gift that you give back to the world, your contribution back to the sacred well, providing inspiration and nourishment to other women. Your seeds help to ensure the survival of the sacred feminine and the shifting of the greater global consciousness. With another deep inhale and exhale, take a moment to remember this feeling of complete awareness of your taproot and the source. Offer yourself gratitude for your commitment to your well-being, knowing you can return here at any time. With ease, shift your focus now to your body. Bring your awareness to the here and now. When you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. Here are some reflection questions for all of us. What cultural messages have you internalized about your ability to commune with the divine? In what ways are you currently preventing yourself from directly experiencing oneness with Source? What would it feel like to give yourself permission to tap into the sacred feminine? Tap in. Tap in, my love, tap in. Reclaim your creativity. Reclaim your voice. Reclaim your wisdom. You are wild and wise. I send you infinite love, blessings, healing, and protection for you and all the women in your life. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for journeying with me into this reclamation of our divine and sacred feminine power. I love each and every one of you fiercely. Together we rise. And in the Dine language, I offer this word to you, Hesea. It means we rise. Thank you for your love, your support, and your belief. Infinite love and blessings.